There are people who don't fear loneliness. They fear closeness. Not because they don't want love, not because they're cold or distant, but because somewhere along the way, being alone started to feel safer than being seen. These are the people who feel calm in solitude, but tense in intimacy, who can sit quietly for hours with their thoughts, yet feel overwhelmed when someone tries to get close. And if that sounds familiar, this isn't a flaw. It's a psychological adaptation. To understand people who feel safer alone than loved, you have to understand what love taught them early on. Because no one is born avoiding connection. We learn it. Psychologically, humans are wired for attachment. Connection regulates our nervous system. Closeness is supposed to feel soothing. But when love becomes unpredictable, conditional, or emotionally unsafe, the brain does something remarkable. It adapts. Instead of seeking comfort from others, it learns to create comfort internally. Instead of relying on relationships, it relies on self-containment. And over time, solitude stops feeling empty. It starts feeling controlled, predictable, safe. Because alone, no one can leave. No one can misunderstand you. No one can disappoint you. And most importantly, no one can hurt you in ways you can't prepare for. Many people who feel safest alone grew up emotionally early. They became self-sufficient before they were ready. They learned to regulate themselves because no one else consistently did. In psychology, this is often linked to avoidant or dismissive attachment. But labels only scratch the surface. At the core, this pattern isn't about rejecting love. It's about protecting the self. Because when connection has historically come with strings, volatility, or emotional cost, the nervous system learns a simple equation. Closeness equals risk. Distance equals control. And control feels like peace. So these individuals don't run from people. They run towards stability. They don't crave isolation because they hate others. They crave it because solitude doesn't demand anything from them. No emotional performance, no vulnerability tax, no fear of being too much or not enough. What's interesting is that people who feel safer alone are often deeply emotional, not numb, not detached. They feel intensely. They just don't feel safely. Their inner world is rich, layered, and alive. But it's private, because somewhere in their past, expressing emotion didn't lead to comfort. It led to dismissal, or misinterpretation, or consequences. So they learned to feel quietly. So if you are someone who feels safer alone, don't shame that instinct. It kept you alive. It kept you regulated. It helped you survive environments where connection wasn't safe. But also know this: you don't have to abandon solitude to experience love. And you don't have to abandon love to protect yourself. The goal isn't to choose one over the other. It's to learn that you can have both. Presence without pressure. Connection without control. Love without losing yourself. And maybe, one day, being loved won't feel like exposure. It will feel like rest.